Question 5. Consider the following function f of x is equal to 1 over 3 x cubed plus 5 over 3 x squared minus x minus 3. And A, sketch the graph of y is equal to f of x for x from minus 3 to 6 and y from minus 10 to 10, showing clearly the axis intercepts and the local maximum and minimum points. Use a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 1 unit on the x-axis and 1 centimeter to represent 1 unit on the y-axis. So I've drawn up the graph here. Obviously you will use a ruler in this. Make sure that you've got your x and your y values in there. You'll get 1 mark for that, and also that you've got your scale. Notice here you've got 2 centimeters for 1 unit and 1 centimeter for 1 unit here. So there we've got 1, 2 being our 2. So make sure that it's all set up properly on your axes. Now in drawing this up, you will use your calculator obviously, and I have put in the equation here, and then in your window you put in these values here. So you can see there I go from minus 3 to 6 there for that, and then minus 10 to 10 for your y, minus 10 to 10 for the y. So we got the window set up like that. This therefore gives me also if I look at my table, I get all the points that I need here. If I want to plot point by point, I can do that. I can also have a picture of my graph. This is the graph that you're going to be drawing on your graph paper. So you need to make sure that you get your axis intercepts and your local and minimum points. So let's start with the axis intercept. The easiest point to start is your y-intercept, and that is when x is equal to 0. So where it crosses the y-axis. Now to do that, we can just go to our table and we can go down to where x is equal to 0. When x is 0, y is equal to negative 3. So in doing this over here, we're going to get at negative 3. We're going to get a point. Now remember, just do a small cross at that point. So that's where it's going to go through the y-axis. Now your x-axis, we're going to have, going to our graph, we want to find this point over here. So you go second function calc, and we want to find a 0 point. That's when it's equal to 0. We say enter, and we go to the left of that. Say enter, and then to the right of it, and we say enter, and then we guess it, and there you see that it's at when x is negative 1, y is equal to 0. So we've got 1 there, at negative 1 there. Now you can see here that it seems like this x-intercept here is actually also your local maximum. So let's look at the local maximum, local minimum. Let's firstly look at our local minimum. So I go to number 3 there, and I do my left bound. I say enter, and then right bound. Then I say enter, and then guess. And you see there you get when x is 3.3, y is minus, sorry, it's 0.33, and it's minus 3.1. So it's just about over here, and it's just about over there. We're going to get our local minimum, something like that. And then if we get our local maximum, go now to 4, and I must do my, let me just do this again. I think I pushed the wrong button there. I want my maximum. I'll do the left bound, enter. Now I must go past that to do the right bound, enter, and I guess, and there you can see it's 2.999. You can say that is equal to 3, and this is e to the minus 12. That's 10 times 10 to the minus 12. It's an extremely small value. You can say that's equal to 0. So you're going to have a local maximum like that. Now you just want to maybe just put in 1 or 2 more points. I'm going to put in for where at -2. So now I'm going to use my table. And I go to -2, and I see that that's 8.33. So at -2, we're about over there, 8.33. We've got a value about there. And then at just in between here, let's just go at 2. I'm at -1, so it's going to go through there. That's an easy one to put in. At 1, I'm -2.67. We don't really need that one. And then go down here. At 5, I'm at -8. That's probably a good one. So you just put in some more values in here. Now, this is going to be really difficult for me to draw. Let's put in 4 also. That's equal to -1.67. So at 4, we're about over here. Somewhere about over there. So now we're going to have to draw this. Now you need to draw a nice smooth curve. Now it's very difficult for me to draw this because I'm drawing on a tablet, and that's not easy. So I'm going to try. Mine won't look too good. You're going to have to obviously draw something better than this. I would lose a mark for this. Mine is pretty pathetic. Something like that. You're going up to 10, so you're going up to that value there, and you're going up to that value there, and that would be your graph that you would be drawing. So this would be this. Now you get points for your x and y axes. You'll get points for putting in your intercepts and your minimum values and your maximum values. And you'll get a point for a nice smooth curve. I wouldn't get a point here. That wouldn't meet the criteria. Then for B, it says find the value of f to the -1. So here we're going to have to put in -1 into this. So it's going to be f to the -1. And we're going to put this all the way in over here. So it's -1/3 to the -1 cubed plus 5/3 to the -1 squared minus -1 minus 3. Now in doing this, what's important is that you probably use your calculator to do this all for you. But make sure that you use brackets in doing this to make sure that when you square it, it works. So you've got -1 divided by 3 times by... Now, when you do a -1 to the power 3, that's just going to be -1, but I'll do it in full. -1, and that's to the power of 3. And then I'll close brackets. Actually, I should really have put in brackets here. So I'll put in brackets there and then go past it. So we've got that, and then plus 5 divided by 3 in brackets -1 close brackets squared, and then we're going to have minus bracket -1 close bracket -3. So use your calculator to do this. You see you get a value there of 0 coming out. Using your calculator hopefully means that you're not going to make any mistake. So then write down the coordinate of the y-intercept of the graph of f of x. So that the coordinate of the y-intercept is this one over here is 3. So it is negative 3, sorry, 0, x is 0, and negative 3 for the y. Alright, then it says find f prime of x. So when we do f prime of x, we're going to differentiate this. So we put in f prime of x. It's going to be 3 times, let me do it over here, f prime of x. You take this 3 and you multiply the 1/3 by the 3, and it actually cancels out that 3, and you'll just be left with minus x, and that's going to be 3 minus 1, which is going to be 2, plus, now here it's going to be 2 times 5 over 3, which is going to be 10 over 3, times x, and it's going to be 2 minus 1, which is going to just be 1, minus, now this is a power of 1, so it's going to be 1 times negative, so it's going to be negative. You're just going to be left with 1, because that becomes 1 minus 1 is 0, and anything to the power of 0 is equal to negative 1, is equal to 1. So this equals over here negative x squared plus 10 over 3x minus 1.